What is chain in Python? Let's find out with this simple tutorial with examples and practice exercises and solutions. We start off looking how to use chain. So we get chain, we import it from iterable, and in this example we're going to start off with two lists. So we have A list and B list. So we're going to create another list called C list, and we're going to use chain to put the first list together with the second list. So we put chain, A list, B list in brackets. Now we want to change that to a list, but if we were to print that without it being changed to a list, it would be a chain object. So let's just print the C list, and then we run that and we can see we've just got an iterable chain object. So we want to change that object to a list, so we're just going to put that in brackets in list. And then we can see we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We've just put two strings together, but we could have done that by using the plus to concatenate them. So why use chain? Well, in this example we've changed the B list to a tuple, and now when we run that you can see there's an error message. Now we can add a tuple at the end, or extend a tuple onto a list, but we can't extend a list onto a tuple. So if we don't know the data structure, we know that we can chain together different types of iterators. So we can chain together lists, tuples, sets, and parts of dictionaries. Dictionary keys are chained automatically, but we can add the values. Now if we were to try the dictionary items and chain them to our list, we can see that it's created tuples. Now in this example we've got two lists and we can chain them together inside the for loop, and when we run that we've got our 1 to 5 and 2 to 10, the two lists chained together. Now we could change one of the lists to a tuple and that would still work. So a way we can iterate between two iterators such as lists and tuples is putting the chain function inside the for loop. Now so far we've used numbers, but we don't have to. Here we're going to chain together three strings A, B, C, D, E, F, X, Y, Z, and now we have all the letters in one list. If we use chain on one iterable, then it's going to stay the same. But what we can do is we can use the chain from iterable. So not just chain, but chain from iterable. So now if we print X, we can see first of all the chain and second of all the chain from iterable. We run that, and now instead of having A, B, C, D, E, F, X, Y, Z, now we've got all the individual letters. Now what about if our strings were digits and we wanted to change them to integers? Now we want to change them to integers, which would be the function of int, and we need to map that. So we're going to map the integer and the list of the chain from iterable. So we have chain, which is in a list, and then the map, and then we're going to change that back to a list. Let's see if we can fit all of that in. And if we run that, we've got our numbers 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 1 and 0, and they are integers. So we could add them together. For example, let's try sum. Print sum of x 22. So added up, we have 22. So we have 9, 14, 22 is correct. So we can see there that we had our strings. We've changed our strings to integers using map, which applies a function onto a iterable. If you're not sure about map, then have a look at our last video which explains map. We'll give a link to that. And then we've changed that into a list. We printed the list, so we have the integers, and we can check, we can make sure they're integers. Here we've applied sum, which adds them up to 22. So we can see how we've used chain from iterable, and in this example we've even used map. Now let's look at the exercises. Exercise 1. Iterate through two lists using chain. Exercise 2. Create a list, tuple, set and dictionary. Iterate through all of them, but use the dictionary keys only, not the values, just the keys of the dictionary. Exercise 3. Use chain to add a list of numbers and a set of letters. Exercise 4. Use chain from iterable to separate letters from two lists of words. Finally, exercise 5. Chain two lists of several integers. You may have numbers that occur in both lists or more than once in one of the lists, so there's duplicates. Now you need to print those numbers in order without duplication. So we want to know what the numbers are, and we want them in order. Let's have a look at the solutions. Okay, question 1. Iterate through two lists using chain. So we import chain, we have our two lists, we create the chained list called C list by putting chain with A and B list in brackets, and then we can use a for loop to go through that C list, and we have numbers 1 to 5 and 2 to 10. So that's the answer to question 1. Now exercise 2. Create a list, tuple, set, dictionary. Iterate through them using the dictionary keys only. So we have a list, we have a tuple. We could use round brackets, makes it perhaps a little bit clearer that that's a tuple. We have a set, curly brackets, a dictionary. Now we're going to chain list, tuple, set, dictionary. Now it will automatically just use the keys. So if we run that, we can see we've got our 1 to 5, our 2 to 10, our -3, -1, -2. So the set is not in order. The dictionary we have, which is now in order in Python 3.7, 0.8, 0.9, is A and B. So dictionary keys are used. So that's the solution to exercise 2. Now exercise 3. Use chain to add a list of numbers and a set of letters. So we just changed our set to letters. Let's change that correctly. So we're going to put the letters as strings. So we have A, B, C, D and E. We can chain A list and C set and print that, and there we have our 1 to 5 E, B, A, C, D. Again, the set's not in order, so if we run that again, it's actually give us the same order, but we don't know what order it is. So but that is the solution, the answer to exercise 3. Now let's look at exercise 4. Use chain from iterable to separate letters from 2 lists of words. Well, this is a bit more difficult because chain from iterable only has one argument, so we need to put the 2 lists together, but we can do that using chain. So we start off creating a list, C list, of A list and B list together. Now if we print that, you'll see that we've got the words hello to you. Now when we use chain from iterable, they'll be changed to the letters. So we've got hello to you, goodbye to you, and then we've got all of the letters by using chain from iterable. So it's a bit more difficult because we can't use the 2 lists in chain from iterable. We have to put the list together, but that's the whole point of chain. So do chain and then chain from iterable to answer exercise 4. Exercise 5. Chain 2 lists of several integers which have duplicates. Print the numbers in order without duplication. So here we've got A list and B list that has many duplicates, and now we chain A list and B list together, but we're going to create them into a set which gets rid of the duplicates. Now sets are not in order, so we want to change that back to a list so we can sort them. So we sort the list, and then when we iterate through that list, our solution, our answer, well, this is the solution to exercise 5, but when we run that, we have our numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, which are our numbers without duplicates in order. So we've used set to get rid of the duplicates, and we use sort as a list function to put them in order. So that's the complete solution to exercise 5. Okay, great. If you enjoyed that, click the like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and click that notification bell to let you know when these new videos are coming out, and then you can enjoy these videos and learn Python with us.